Welcome back to Fun on Wheels. Today we have up on the rack a new to me 2003 Road King 100th anniversary edition. We're gonna be going over the whole bike, and this thing has a lot of things we're gonna be fixing.
Dear Heavenly Father, please watch over us before we carelessly tear into this engine. Even though we are just replacing some rocker box gaskets, but we all know easy jobs are not always quick and easy. Please watch over us for any broken bolts. Thank you for always giving us all the ponies. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, raise hail. Praise Dale.
All right, so this is an old gal. Even though it's only a 2003, it's got somewhere 70,000 plus miles on it. We're not 100% sure because the odometer is not really working that good. But our big concern that we're going to be trying to tackle is this. The bike's been up on the rack here for, I don't know, 3 days. It leaks like a sieve. So we're going to try to tackle as many oil leaks as we can. The first and worst one is coming somewhere from the oil filter housing, and it might just be a simple fix. We're going to get into that. We're going to be doing a full service on this bike. We're going to just be looking at it and see if we can't find any mysteries with it or anything like that. We don't know much about this bike at all. My father bought it about a year ago, and he just upgraded. So let's get into that. Let's drop the fluids out of this thing. That's step one.
One's in the back. Gonna be a pain in the arse.
I got a trick for that. All right, Jared, line me up. That's my trick. Pays to have a 3-foot extension sometimes.
Around here in this Fun on Wheels garage, and we're not spoiled like I am at work. The fancy pans and pig mats. We just make a mess.
What'd you say about a pig mat?
And when I tell Joe to give me the red, that means I tell you guys to give me the blue. Because do not use red. Here's another tech tip for you. Every 1/4" 20 bolt on these torque spec is also 120 inch-pounds. Torque them to spec, you know. Click. Now they do make fancy funnels for these, but we don't need any of that. Now, this does take a bit of time. But you just slide that baby nice and gentle over that clutch adjustment and tilt her ever so slightly. And she will slowly drip right into there.
Hey Jared, come take a look at this.
What you got over there?
Jared just so happened to come home the other day with a cheap lowering kit for this bike, and he's like, oh, so we gotta slam it down to the ground. It's already got a lowering kit on it, dude. That's the good news. Bad news is it's got a busted shock boot, but I might just ignore that. I don't know, we'll see. Stow away. Custom. Well, it's that time of night to play the game of where did I just put that tool I had in my hand? It's a 5/8 socket this time. Disappeared. So, as this bad boy is draining out here, we're gonna take a look at the plug, see what kind of secrets it has to tell us. So, if you didn't know, your oil drain plug, all of your drain plugs on your bike have a little magnet on them, and that's in there to catch all the mischief that's going on in the motor while you're not paying attention. So we wipe that off on our finger here. See what we got. Get in there, take a look at that. It's a little discolored, but no chunks or anything in there. Nothing to be too concerned about. The chunks you do see on my finger are from the just colossal amount of debris that has gotten stuck to the undercarriage here. It's coming off the outside end of that plug. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and check the transmission plug now. See what secrets you have to tell us. A little gunky on there, but nothing too out of the ordinary. This is a pretty high mileage bike. If we actually take a look at the surface area that the filter seats to, it's not in that bad a shape. You know, you get in here, I'm feeling it with my finger. There's no gouges or valleys or anything in it. So the filter shouldn't have a problem actually seating to that. Now, the second thing would be the threads here that the filter threads onto. Our original theory was that these had come loose because they do come out. And that would have backed the filter off just enough to break that seal. But they do seem to be in there pretty tight. And they're not stripped. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary with them at all. So I'm not 100% sure what the problem is here. I'm kind of thinking that filter was just loose. That would be an absolute win. We might come back to this. Right now, we're gonna get in here with the old pss, 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 and spritz her up with as much engine degreaser as we can. Remember guys, always label your sprayers, all right? You don't want the wife coming in here and just trying to freshen the place up. Make sure you label it. Here's the gremlin bell. Just absolutely coated. Still rings, so it's trying its best to keep the gremlins off the bike. If you don't know about those, that's a whole other story. We're gonna probably let this simmer for a while, and we're gonna move upstairs, start working on them rocker boxes, and see what we're getting into up there. Yep. See, our hose diameter is a little bit larger than that petcock, so just gotta throttle her back a little bit. No big deal. Oh, throttle her a little more. Big Tone just showed up with lunch. So we're gonna let this baby drain, eat some of the good stuff. Oh yeah, Tone.
Oh yeah.
Caked up pretty bad in there. We knew that this back rocker box was leaking because it was giving us the drip drip, you know. I got so much oil on my hands, can't even tell when I pick any more up at this point. But take a closer look and get in there. She really was leaking. Is the front lower rocker box gasket. And if you can see here, you know, heat got to it quite a bit. All right, now this center portion here isn't actually in the rocker box. It's exposed to all the heat, so you'll have that here. That heat transfer where the oil is cooling the gasket from being up at the top. I'm willing to bet that back gasket is much worse than this. You know, the twin cams, they're known on the rear cylinders to get really hot. Oh boy. How am I gonna get you out of here? Tricky, tricky. We needed to use one of these, but we got it out, don't worry.
I've never had that hard of a time ever.
You know, you just come up here on the engine mount, compress those bushings down a little bit. She slid right out of there.
Before assembly, very important, very important. You have to blow at least these two holes out. Breather bolt holes. If there is crud in there and you tighten those bolts back up, then you'll start your engine. It'll create a pressure and it's gonna blow the bottom of the head completely out. Then your head's gonna leak forever. And then just
Out with the old, in with the new.
There's another big thing with these. Because they can flip-flop either which way but Sunday. You have to go off of the breathers. See the breathers? See the breathers?
The next time you guys go up to a Harley dealer and you're wondering why it costs so much to get an oil change, it's because these poor guys never earn a living. They're in so much debt. Look at that though, it's pretty.
135 inch-pounds on the lower rocker box. The O-ring for the rocker arm plate. Important. Do not forget. Ever.
Ready?
Yeah. All right, easy. Easy.
Go down. Something.
There you go.
There. Home sweet home. Go again. One more. Stop. Might try to throw a quick polish on this front one. I'm honestly surprised. It's still horrible, but a little better. Now that we're all torqued down, the only thing we have left to do is put the rest of it back together. All right, well, we're back together. Time to start her up. All right, Jared, what do you think of the old gal here?
Well, I think she's in a lot better shape now. I think she's ready for the 2024 season.
Yeah, I think she's ready to put some miles on.
I think so. We'll get another 70,000.
I was able to confirm this bike has 72,000 miles on it. All right, so the things we learned. It does have a cam in it because it has the adjustable push rods. It actually has a lowering kit on it, which we didn't know, and it's in the middle setting on the lowering kit. Should we go down a notch or up a notch? Up or down? Let us know down below. Listen, guys, we've been starting to build some momentum on there, so we appreciate all the views you've been giving us. If you like what's going on here, give this video a like, check out some of our other videos, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, because Daddy Dale is watching over.
Always watching.
And he wants to see you subscribe.
That's right.
So if you're going to do it for Dale.
And he appreciates everything, just like we do.